for the Lowther, and they're off and racing. War Faith just jumped up a bit as the stalls open in the centre there in the light blue colours. There's Group 2 Bet Lowther Stakes and over the straight 6 furlongs. Dandana, dark blue jacket, alongside Argentine Tango, goes on now with a narrow advantage through the first furlong and a half. Secret Hideaway right behind them. Tracking 2 is Pearl Fortune, the pale blue striped jacket. On the left, the red cap is Mood Queen. On the yellow cap on the right there is Time for Showcasing. At this stage, the grey filly America Queen in amongst them in the middle of the field. War Faith towards the back with Come On Eileen, together with the patiently ridden Royal Fixation, who's on the left, and now just beginning to pick up. Stayer in the red colours have got a bit to do, and they're down towards the final quarter mile in the Lowther. Argentine Tango clinging on to the advantage. Dandana on the near side there, coming there with a strong challenge. America Queen on the inside is picking up. On the outside is Royal Fixation. There's 4 or 5 of the chance as they race inside the final furlong. The 2 favourites, America Queen and Royal Fixation. And it's Royal Fixation who's proving the stronger. And Royal Fixation takes the Lowther from America Queen.
I felt at Newmarket she did well in the circumstance and possibly could have won. So, you know, she's put that right today. She's probably improving the whole time as well, growing up. She's very straightforward. So the draw didn't really concern me because I knew I had a pace around me. She could slot in and get a nice toe.
They're ready to race. And off and racing. What a lovely level break as well. Magician of Riga, arguably one of the slowest to start, and also Karma Chameleon as well, slowly away. Over on the far side, Tarde showing good pace. Golden Brown right up there as well. Kotai Bell and Cosmic Clarets racing in 4th place behind them, with Boytek in the yellow cap. On the inside, Rakeb Greensleeves down the centre. The 2 Midland Park runners, red cap then is Saffron Dandy alongside Song of the Clyde in the orange cap, and they're being tracked then by Boston Dan. Pushed along then is Game Striker and Thelia in that cluster in the middle as well. Then on the near side, Ricky Tiki Tavi from Karma Chameleon and Diamond Alexander, the 3 racing apart from the main group. So they're coming down to the final quarter mile in the Harry's Half Million by Goffs here, and Tarde is making the best of his way home over on the far side. Moving into 2nd place is Song of the Clyde. Boston Dan is running a big race there, and between them Golden Brown in the white cap inside the final furlong, and Song of the Clyde and Ross Orion taken on by Boston Dan. Song of the Clyde and Boston Dan toughing out the finish here from Ardisia in 3rd place, and it goes to Song of the Clyde.
We liked him. He grew an awful lot. He had a bit of size and scope as a yearling, but he's just got such a wonderful mind. And when he won at Chester, I was really pleased because he jumped up 2 gears, and you know, he ran really well with the penalty at Newbury. The drier ground helped him here, and he's really going forwards in the right direction.
O'Mara Quintet set and off and racing. Over a mile here for the Clipper Handicap, this Heritage Handicap with £150,000 in the pot. Urban Lion from his outside draw in the green jacket got away to a good start. Mile in the blue and white colours the same. On the rail, Bullet Point in the pink, taking advantage of his low draw. Removes in the yellows, a little bit keen alongside him though, and they're being tracked then by Mythical Guest in the blue cap with Northern Express on the rail. Cerulean Bay is flanking the leading quartet in 5th, ahead of Northern Express and Mythical Guest. Then behind them, Julia Augusta. Then on the inside is Apurist, who's taking a bit of a tug there and awkwardly handling that bend there, just affecting on the inside perhaps Blue For You in the white cap, who's being held up. He's giving him a terrible time, Apurist. Towards the back of the field at this stage, Alto with Dutch Decoy. La Trinidad is on the outside of Duke's Command on the rail. Ancient Wisdom, Ancient Rome I should say, patiently ridden by Kieran Schumacher in the pink and green colours. Follow them by Old Cock, and Lead Man is going to be produced late on the outside in the dark blue colours as they sweep past now the 2 furlong marker in the Clipper Handicap. And there's a whole load of chances. Ramuz has come through now. He's the one in front. Bullet Point is trying to respond on the inside. Cerulean Bay is up to a fight as well. Then comes Northern Express. Mythical Guest on the inside. Bullet Point now really throwing it down to Ramuz. He's taken over inside the final furlong, the favourite. And Bullet Point is going to see them off in the Clipper. tight for second then with Ramuz and Cerulean Bay.
Today he didn't break very quick, had a couple around us that it just felt like if I give him a squeeze early, that would kind of be our path for the rest of the race, and there was speed angles from out wide. I was kind of happy enough just letting them float over, and the one thing I was very conscious of is nothing's won actually on the fence, and I was sort of getting a bit of pressure to go down there, and I didn't really want to go. So it was a case of just waiting for the right split to be able to then angle through and then off onto a more favoured line. Arguably, I probably could have gone anywhere because he was just better and would have won anyway. But yeah, look, he's a horse that's really rewarding that patience that was shown with him before.
In the Pertemps Network Yorkshire Oaks Group 1, and they're off and racing, and they're away to a good start. Garden of Eden being pushed along by Wayne Lorden through the first few strides and takes up the running. Killing Queen, who's usually ridden handily, is racing in second, and then Minnie Hauk in the purple jacket is a length and a half down in third, being stalked by the grey 4-year-old Estrange. And the pace seems to be a nice one, a nice level gallop then as they race across the far side of the Knavesmire through the first quarter mile of this contest. And Garden of Eden, the Ribblesdale Stakes winner, takes the field along. Leading by 3 lengths now, Killing Queen is a length and a half clear of Minnie Hauk, the Jewel Oaks winner, back in third place. Is Strange looking on, the Lancashire Oaks heroine. The grey filly is right behind her in fourth, at a distance though of about a length and a half or so. Runners moving past the mile start down towards the 7 furlong point here, and Garden of Eden is ensuring this is being run at a true pace. She's up now by about 6 lengths then. Killing Queen in the orange sleeves and cap, being held together by Kieran Schumacher, ahead of Minnie Hauk in third place, with Estrange looking on in fourth as they go past the 6 furlong marker, past the halfway point in the Pertemps Network Yorkshire Oaks Group 1 of 2025. And Garden of Eden is taking this bend quite impressively, very athletically, this filly, as she leads by 4 lengths and takes them into the home straight with just over 4.5 furlongs left to cover. Killing Queen is leading Minnie Hauk by a length and a half, second and third, and is Strange looking on at the back in the hands of Danny Tudhope as the race begins to unfold now as they move down the home straight here at the Knavesmire and approach the final 3 furlongs of the Yorkshire Oaks. Killing Queen being asked to try and close this leader down. Minnie Hauk is travelling strongly on the outside. Garden of Eden with a narrow advantage, about to be swamped by stablemate Minnie Hauk, but here comes Estrange on the outside now, and Danny Tudhope, who's trying to reel in Minnie Hauk, the Jewel Oaks winner, is pulling out a bit more. She's got to. She's up by a couple of lengths from Estrange, who's trying hard to land a blow on this brilliant filly, but it's Minnie Hauk who's in full control here in the Yorkshire Oaks, leading by 3 lengths, not doing much in front, but it's been kept up to her work, and she goes on to make it 4 Oaks in total. Brilliant performance from Minnie Hauk, wins the Yorkshire Oaks. Miss Strange in second, Garden of Eden and Killing Queen weakened for fourth.
She quickened well, and she does what you ask her to do, and she didn't feel like she stepped backward in the Irish Oaks, and perhaps she stepped forward again today, but maybe the higher tempo and fair track, nice ground, you know, was able to show her off a bit more, but I think there's a little bit more to come.
And off and racing. Little Dorrit was a little bit slow to stride here for the British EBF, and Sir Henry Cecil Galtres Stakes, his listed race, over a mile and a half, £100,000 in prize money. Aeolian and Rose Prick racing a little bit apart from the main group on the inside. Also very handy as well as Lady Vivian leading the main group on the inside there as they move down the back straight. Racing just behind them is Rainbow's Edge, who races together with last year's runner-up Comology, who's on the rail. Charlotte's Web is next with the black and white colours of Alice Monet in the sheepskin noseband, Restrained. And then towards the rear, Crepe Suzette, and looking on at the back is Little Dorrit. So the runners moving down the far side, and already they're pretty well strung out here. They've gone past the mile start, and it's Aeolian and Tom Marquand in the red cap who leads Rose Prick by 2 lengths. In third place is Lady Vivian, who's only about a head or so down, followed then by Rainbow's Edge in the black cap, and then comes last year's runner-up Comology. In the yellow colours, Charlotte's Web follows with Alice Monet, and then Crepe Suzette and Little Dorrit whips them in as they move inside the final 3/4 of a mile, well past the halfway point now in the British EBF and Sir Henry Cecil Galtres. And it's Aeolian, the Newmarket winner, who will bring the field round to the home straight here, leading by a couple of lengths, and Lady Vivian and Ross Orion in second place with Rose Prick and Oisin Murphy in the pale blue, travelling nicely on the outside. Rainbow's Edge comes next, and she's being trapped there by her old rival Charlotte's Web in the silver colours. Up the inside, Comology. Alice Monet still travelling pretty well out towards the back. Little Dorrit still at the rear with the improving Crepe Suzette, and all of these fillies are travelling very well as they move down the home straight to the final 2.5 furlongs. Can you pick out the winner here? Rose Prick taken on now by Rainbow's Edge. Charlotte's Web on the left. On the inside, Comology's making her bid for glory as they move up towards the final furlong in the Galtres, and it's Charlotte's Web who's finding the best stamina in the closing stages. She's up from Alice Monet, who goes into second. Crepe Suzette is leaving things late as well. Charlotte's Web in front here, being closed down by Crepe Suzette as they come towards the line. Charlotte's Web held on.
Obviously, we were expecting probably not to win today and go to the John Musker at Yarmouth. Obviously, that's not in the equation anymore, so we'll be a bit more ambitious and go for a group race and stick to this trip. Yeah, why not?
Set racing as they leave the stalls. Gold Dawn just left slightly awkwardly there. It was a slow start by Amazing Journey in the green and white stripes for this new Muse Hotel Ossett EBF Stallions Nursery Handicap. Stellar Sunrise from his outside draw has got away to a decent start as well, alongside Advanced 25 in the pale green colours. Champion Island is right up there as well with You Better See This in the blue and white stripes. Just a Girl Handy with Kanishka. On the inside is Hey True Blue in the gold cap next to the rail, being tracked there by Logie Bear as they turn into the home straight. Peel Park is in the next wave. Peel Park then is just ahead of Logie Bear on the inside. Then comes Ballistic Missile in the green and white colours. Further back then to Hengroin in the black and white, just chasing these up. Norfolk Blue on the outside together with the push along Special Dividend. And at this stage at the back of the field, Command the Stars is a bit outpaced, and so too, and trying to find some room is Daydreamer. Moving down then the home straight and past the 2 furlong marker in this Muse Hotel Ossett EBF Stallions Nursery, and it's Stellar Sunrise in front here. It's a narrow advantage, but now he's picking up in some style. Stellar Sunrise and Oisin Murphy going on. Gold Dawn is emerging from the pack. Flying at the finish on the outside is Command the Stars, but Stellar Sunrise is going to win this in some style. Stellar Sunrise has won it. Set and racing, and as they leave the stalls, a decent start made by Dancing the Storm from the outside. Draw 16 is going to be dropped in though. The British EBF Fillies Handicap, Heritage Handicap, Eternal Sunshine is up very quickly and leads them through the first furlong. Shallow's white face right up there, black cap on the inside, maybe not. Next to the rail with Rogue Sensation, who's pulling very hard. Bonus time is on that one's outside. Then Bellarchi's white jacket alongside Calianassa. They're followed through by French Sand on the inside of the Raw Runner, Purple Rainbow in the white face, black cap there behind these. Then comes Molly Foster in the middle of the field on the outside there with Silver Ghost and the red sleeves on the inside, then the blue colours as they come down the home straight of Royal Velvet. Ormalulu's got a bit on, so too at the back of the field as Mo Star Dreams. Lady Mariko being driven. Dancing the Storm with quite a bit to do, but travels well at the rear, and Perfect Part behind her is being driven along. Dash of Azure on the left then is now beginning to pick up. They've got to go some though to try and catch Shallow, who's in front here and is going for glory inside the final furlong and a half. Shallow taken on by Maybe Not. Up the inside then is Royal Velvet in the hands of Will Buick. These three are beginning to serve it up to them. Here comes the favourite, Dancing the Storm, under a drive from Oisin Murphy. It's Royal Velvet just in front as they come towards the line, and Royal Velvet wins for Will Buick.
Look, she's come back to form, and actually Williams sort of said she felt better today than when she won in July Cup Day. So look, it was an impressive performance there today.